Investigators say the crash off a California cliff that killed a Washington state family may have been intentional. The California Highway Patrol says the SUV carrying Jennifer and Sarah Hart and at least 3 of their adopted children drove straight off the cliff without stopping. Their 3 other children are missing but are presumed dead. Vladimir Duty of our streaming network CBSN is here now with new details. But this was a heartbreaking story last week. To hear it might have been done on purpose takes it to a whole different level.
The whole country feels for this family because of little Devontae Hart. We saw that photo of him. The sheriff's office says it believes at least 1 felony was committed in this case. It won't say what that felony is or why it believes that, but new details are starting to help us understand what may have happened on that Northern California cliff. The California Highway Patrol says electronic data pulled from the Hart's SUV is helping piece together the family's final tragic moments. Preliminary information shows the SUV pulled off Highway 1, stopping on a dirt turnaround about 70 feet from the cliff's edge. Police say the vehicle then accelerated, plunging straight into the Pacific Ocean. There were no skid marks found on the scene or signs the driver tried to brake. Authorities describe the SUV's speedometer as pinned at 90 miles per hour, but investigators say that number could have been caused by the impact of the crash. Late last week, investigators searched Sarah and Jennifer Hart's home in Woodland, Washington, where they had recently moved with their 6 adopted children. Authorities say no suicide note was found.
They portray this happy little family.
But neighbors like Dana DeKalb say there were signs of trouble, prompting her to call Child Protective Services.
Their daughter's telling us, please, 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 begging us not to make her go back and that they are abusing her.
In 2011, when the family lived in Minnesota, Sarah Hart pleaded guilty to domestic assault. According to court documents, she admitted she bent her 6-year-old daughter over a bathtub and hit her on the backside.
There was no question as to how completely loved and adored those children were.
Zippy Lomax met the family in 2012 and said she is shocked by allegations of abuse.
None of that lines up with the people that we all knew. It's really hard to imagine.
Child Protective Services visited the family home at least 3 times in the days before the crash, but never saw the Harts. Investigators say they have written search warrants for the couple's cell phone and bank records. As of now, they do not know why the family was in California.
Jennifer and Sarah Hart were both originally from South Dakota. Jennifer was born in Huron, South Dakota, and Sarah in Big Stone City. They were both the eldest of their respectful siblings. Jennifer had 2 siblings and Sarah had 3. The 2 women met at Northern State University. Jennifer would have left the university without graduating, and Sarah would finish her studies in 2006. The couple went on to Connecticut to be married in 2009. At the time, same-sex marriage was not legal in the United States. Jennifer said that the women were initially closeted when they lived in South Dakota, and that when they decided to come out, they lost friends. They moved to Alexandria, Missouri in 2004, where they both women work at her burger store. In the new location, they made a choice to be open about their relationship. Jennifer worked miscellaneous jobs until she became a stay-at-home mom in 2006. While Sarah became a manager at her burger. After a period of living in West Lynn, Oregon, the Harts moved to an unincorporated area near Woodland, Washington. Sarah became a manager at Kohl's in Hazeldale. Jennifer and Sarah was eager to start a family. They find their best way to fulfill their wishes was through adoption. Their first adoption was of a 15-year-old girl, but there was sign in that adoption that was telling and that was missed by many. Jennifer and Sarah told the young girl that they were going to drop her off at a therapist appointment, but instead they had other plans and it was simply setting her up. When the young girl reached the therapist's office, she was told by the therapist that she would not be going back home with Jennifer and Sarah. They both decided that they no longer wanted her. What was unusual was that Sarah and Jennifer decided to adopt 3 more children. Abigail, born 2003, Anna Jean, born 2002, and Marquise Hart, born 1998. All 3 were adopted in September 2006. In June 2008, the Harts adopted 3 additional children: Serena Marja, born 2005, Devontae Jordan, born 2002, and Jeremiah Hart, born 2004. All 6 children would go on to suffer the most horrific and horrifying abuse from the Harts. It would leave you wondering why Jennifer and Sarah Hart ever adopted these children in the first place. In 2008, while living in Minnesota, the first sign of child abuse began. A teacher observed bruises on Anna's left arm and was told she had been hit by Jennifer with a belt. Within months, all 6 children had been pulled out of the public school system for a year. No one questioned the Harts about the reason why the children were suddenly pulled out of the school system or followed behind what Hannah had complained about. In 2010, Abigail said that she had bruises on her back and stomach and stated that she felt threatened by the Harts, who had beaten her and held her head in cold water over a penny they assumed she had stolen. When the authorities became involved, all children claimed that they had been spanked consistently and deprived of food. Sarah took responsibility for the abuse, pled guilty to assault, and was sentenced to community service for a year. Yet she was still allowed to be back around the children. 1 year later, again, Anna complained. She reportedly told a school nurse that she had not eaten all day. Sarah, who was already found guilty of abusing the children, claimed that Anna was merely playing the food card and recommended that she just be given water. Soon afterward, all 6 children were taken out of the public school and were homeschooled from then on. No one at the school questioned Sarah or Jennifer's reason for pulling out the children once again, or what Anna had claimed they were doing to her. In 2013, Oregon authorities were notified of the abuse allegation in Minnesota. Their investigation included separate interviews of everyone in the family as well as interviews of people who knew the family. 2 family friends stated that the children were forced to raise their hands before speaking, could not wish each other happy birthday, could not laugh at the dinner table. There were other reports that the children were poorly fed and looked small for their age. One family friend reported that Jennifer had ordered a pizza for the children, but each was allowed to have a small slice. When Jennifer discovered that the pizza was gone, she punished the children by not feeding them breakfast and forcing them to lie on their bed for 5 hours. Friends also stated that the children acted scared to death of Jen and likened them to trained robots. However, the interview of the children themselves revealed no incident of abuse, nor did they mention anything that had happened in Minnesota. When Jennifer herself was interviewed, she claimed that any problems were the result of others not being tolerant to 2 lesbian mothers with 6 African American children. In the end, the investigation could not conclude whether the Harts were guilty of anything or whether there was a safety threat, which is ridiculous and crazy because obviously there was a lot of threats from the beginning. In August 2017, the Harts moved to Woodland, Washington. Anna jumped out of her second-story bedroom window at around 1:30 a.m. and approached the residence of her next-door neighbors, Vidal Clabs. Anna reportedly pleaded, "Don't make me go back. They're racist and they abuse us." Soon after, the Harts found Anna and took her back home. The following day, Jennifer attempted to explain the incident by claiming that Anna was lying, that the children occasionally act out because they were drug babies, and that Anna's biological mother was bipolar. After the incident, the Del Clapp family came into contact with Devontae, who constantly begged for food and asked the Del Clapps not to tell Jennifer about these requests. In later conversation with Devontae, he told them that his adoptive mother withheld food as punishment and that the children were sometimes abused. This, combined with the earlier incident with Anna, made the Del Clapps report the Harts to both the police and to the Washington State Department of Social and Health Services. Caseworker from DSHS tried to reach the Harts twice, once on March 23, 2018 and on March 25th, 2018. On March 26, 2018, Jennifer and Sarah Hart took a drive on California State Route 1. Jennifer drove the couple vehicle, a GMC Yukon, over a 100-foot cliff in Mendocino County, California, near Westport. The bodies of 5 of the children, Anna, Marquise, Jermaine, Abigail, and Serena, were found in or near the vehicle, which had landed upside down on a beach below the cliff. The body of Devontae has never been found. A Superior Court judge ruled in 2019 that Devontae was in the vehicle at the time of the crash, and a death certificate was signed on April 3rd of that year. Toxicology report showed that Jennifer's blood alcohol content was over the legal limit at the time of the crash, and both Sarah and 2 of the children had diphenhydramine in their system. Sarah had made Google searches before the crash inquiring about the lethality of Benadryl and the nature of death by drowning. Her searches also included no-kill shelter for dogs. The family 2 dogs were found inside the Hart family home. According to an incident report following the murder, it was reported that Sarah told a co-worker that she wished someone told her it was okay not to have a big family. Then she and Jennifer would not have adopted the children. There's so much that I could say about this case. It is so sad and it pulls at your heart. I could barely make it through finishing this video. My prayers and condolences goes out to all 6 children. They came into this world fighting and they left out of this world fighting, scared and afraid. I hope that their soul are finally resting in peace. Until next time on the Meaningful Talk Crime Doc, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll catch up with you guys later in the comment section.